do. I am going to teach you how to build your D&D character. So, first things first, we're going to go to the search bar and click, we're going to type in dndandbeyond.com, click that. And so while you're here, you're going to want to make an account. I believe you can do, you can use your Facebook, you can use your Google account. I think you're able to make an account just off of D&D and Beyond. So once you're finished on doing that, you're going to want to do My Characters. This is where your characters will be. You can go back and edit them, you can copy them, you can delete them, you can view them, whatever you so like. You can see that I've had a few characters. This one's from a campaign that I'm doing right now with some friends, and that was from another campaign. Fun stuff. So on the, I'm just gonna delete this. Actually, no, we'll keep it. So you're gonna want to go to the top right screen and click Create a Character. We are gonna do the standard. This is how I'm gonna show you how to make your character. So let's click on that. This is your name. You can make your own name or you can randomize it. You can always come back and change this concept. You can also, there's a manage your portrait. You can scroll through if you already know what race you kind of want. Again, you can always go back and change this. This doesn't really dictate of what your character look like. It kind of is fun. If you're having trouble coming up with a name or you don't like whatever name it gives you, you can, I think this clicks, yeah, it clicks, and it goes on to a website and it gives you a bunch of other fantasy names that you can just browse through. Yeah, so you don't need to actually touch anything on this page. So you're gonna go to the blue button of next and plop right over to race. And so you're gonna do, for filter race sources, you're gonna do player's handbook. And then you have all these races to choose from. We're not gonna use this one. I've actually never used that one and I'm not really sure what it is, but from Dragonborn to Tiefling, you're welcome to choose any of them. And a fun concept here is you can click on them and it allows you to have a description of, you know, what they may look like. They have a little picture right here. They do lack wings and tail for Dragonborn, so you're kind of like, I don't know, limbless. And then there's also like a description on their size. They're over 6 feet tall and they weigh almost like 250. They're pretty big, you know, but they're considered medium. Like, what? So there's also what you can be. Like, you can be different types of dragons, and like you can have damage types. So yeah, so pick one. Hi. Oh, and then if you choose elf, there's different elf stuff. So I'm just gonna choose half elf because why not, you know? So here we are. This is where you are going to choose language, skills, and just details that will help you out. So with the half elf, I get a charisma score. It increases by 2. So I can, it also says I can have other abilities. So, you know what? I like wisdom. You know, wisdom's pretty cool, and maybe dexterity. And then we go down here. And your skill, you have the choice of gaining proficiency, and so you are better in these two skills than your other skills, and there's quite a bit of skills that you can choose from. You have acrobatics, which is kind of like gymnastics, animal handling. You can, like, maybe if you got like a horse, you were able to handle it and better than, so it like won't run away. Arcana's magic, athletics, how ability you are to like run, and all that fun stuff. Deception, can you like deceive someone? Um, History, insight is basically knowing if they're lying or not. Intimidation, investigation, medicine. This is how you heal people. It's pretty cool. Nature, perception, performance, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival. So I'm gonna choose Arcana, and I'm gonna choose medicine because why not? For languages, we're all gonna be able to speak to each other. But let's say like if we ran into a tiefling and you didn't have the ability to speak to the tiefling, it would come out like a screech, like. So you could potentially have another language. I'm gonna do. Oh, that's my boyfriend. Um, I'm gonna. So you're gonna pick a language, and then you can click next. Alright. So we need to choose a class. There's multiple classes, as you can see. The bottom three, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard, they all pertain to magic. And likewise to these, you can just click on them and a little blurb will pop up. Depending on your class, there is like a bard is someone who plays music. Also magician. His primarily ability is charisma, so he can like charm, like woo people if you're like trying to get like into a castle. Maybe there's a guard and you want to woo him to make him like let you in, because you know he's not supposed to let you in, and but your charm allows you to. So that's it. And there's also like spell casting, if you have any spells you can use. It all depends on the race too, so that's interesting. I'm gonna click that because why not, you know? So this is, we're not gonna do that right now. Your proficiencies, what are you good at? So this is what you can choose from. It depends, I think, on what race and class you choose, but you just click one, I want to know who is lying to me, and then, you know what, I want to be an intimidating elf, why not? You can do your origin. I think this is just with sorcerer, so why not? And then once you're done with this, oh, you can also understand your spells. If you are choosing like a wizarding thing, or having to do with a lot of magic, you want to get familiar with some of your spells. And so we have gone to the abilities section. We're gonna hit manual, because this is kind of where the fun is. So now's a good time to talk about dice. So I have, there's 7 dice collections. You can have the regular, what is it, 6 dice? There's 4, there's a D4, which is it only goes up to 4. There's a D6, which it only goes up to 6. Then there's a D8, which is an 8-sided dice. There's a D12, a D20, and a D100. I think that's it. And there was like, once you get into like any like really big D&D sessions, they'll have like weird like sided dice. We're not doing that. So we're going to roll. We're going to use an online dice. You can just Google D&D dice online, and it'll bring you to like D&D dice roller. And either the first two, wizards.com or rolladie.net, I like either one. I kind of like roll a d20 because you can choose, like it already shows that one dice 20-sided. You can also change this to like 8-sided and it'll go, but I do like this. I mean, there's lots of ads, as you can tell, but you can roll and it'll like roll for you, or you can do start and then you're allowed to stop it. It kind of has more control. So this is what we're gonna do. For each one of these, we are going to roll the dice, the d20. So this should be your setup. You can also hold it in the corner and release. So that's a 17. We're gonna manually type it in. For dexterity, we're gonna roll. Got an 18. That's pretty nice. Dexterity is like how well you hit something. Like if you're, I don't know, throwing like a sword at someone, I might have like a dexterity check, or like if you're throwing the sword over a long distance, I might be like, hey, I want a dexterity check, and you would roll your d20, and then you would add the modifier that comes with it. So, oh, it's not gonna let me do it, but the modifier's right here. We'll talk about that later. Alright, so, oh, here it is. I just had to click out. So, like, if you had an 18, your modifier would be +4. And so you would add whatever you would get from the d20 that you just rolled for me in game. You would add +4 to determine if you hit it or not. What are we doing? We're doing Constitution. Boop, boop. Alright, so let's roll. That is a 13. Intelligence. Let's roll for that. 20. Oh, I'm so smart. Wisdom and Charisma. We're not doing all of this. I gotta be like down at something, right? 6. Great. I am not a wooer. Alright, so once you do this, they'll have their own modifiers. See, like for Charisma, I rolled a 6, so that determined that I will not be able to charm people at all. But my strength is like, whew, don't mess with me. So we're gonna go over to next. So now is your background. Feel free to make your own background. I strongly recommend, if it's your first time, to choose one of these and then make a background off of that. It'll be better. Oh, let's do a noble. Why not? There's a description right here on what background you chose. Feel free to read that. We're gonna do dice. I don't know if this is there for everyone, but we're gonna do the dice. And then I guess I have to choose another language. I'll speak some word. Here's some descriptions. So suggested characteristics. So you're gonna go back to your this page, and you're going to put in, what is it, D8 they said? So you're gonna do that. So we're gonna choose 2 personality traits. So we're gonna roll. I got a 2. So this doesn't mean this you find the 2 on the chart and you read it to yourself. And then you click add. It's not gonna like do anything, but like you can see down here that it's added. And so we're gonna do it again. 8. If you enter me, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields. Oh, that's mean. Okay. So now we're gonna change our dice to a 6. Which is the normal dice. And we're gonna roll that. I got a 3. I don't know why it goes like that. So we're gonna add that. And I believe there's only one of these that we carry. And then you're gonna do the same thing for bonds and flaws. So let's roll 4, and let's just do the other one. 4 and 2. So let's click on 4 and 2. Okay. So once that is done, this also shows up in personal characteristics down here. For character details, you're gonna pick your alignment. Now this is very interesting. There's also, it kind of describes it down here, like lawful neutral is individuals act in accordance with law, tradition, and personal codes. Many are monks and some wizards. The only thing that I would like you not to do is do chaotic evil. I don't recommend that at all. Chaotic evil is kind of not really fun. They work on impulse. If you want to burn a bridge because, there's a lot of people on it, you're going to burn the bridge. It's just, there's no fun that comes out of chaotic evil. So I recommend that you don't do that. Chaotic good is always kind of fun. Let's see, a lifestyle. So, how are you, like, how is your wealth? Is it poor? Kind of like you don't have money, you're kind of you're kind of comfortable, you're wealthy, or you're like, oh my goodness, you're so rich. I'll just do like modest, why not? And it also gives you a description. So here is your own like description that you can fill in. You can honestly be creative as you want. And then there's notes. This is where you add in a backstory. I strongly recommend creating a backstory. You can like click on it and then you just start writing. If you do write a backstory and you have interest of tying that in to the campaign, feel free to email me and I will make it so. Alright, so equipment. I strongly just do equipment, don't do gold. So this will be this changes by what your class is. So for a sorcerer, I get the choice of a light crossbow or any simple weapon. Why not? I like crossbows. I'm gonna choose an arcane focus. That is my mother, who is working upstairs. I'm gonna have I'm a staff. Staffs are cool. I'll do an explorer's pack. Why not? Yeah, with a dungeoneering, and there's stuff here too. Yeah. Why not? Okay. I want to explore black. I can't make up my mind. Alright, you have the option of carrying 2 daggers as well. For sure. And then for nobles, if you chose a noble, this is like your starting gear. So whatever you're done finishing out, you can do add starting equipment. You can also add other items if you don't see exactly what you're looking for. Don't go overboard. We'll have time to like level up and get items along the way. So once you click next, you're all done. And it'll bring you, if you click view, it'll bring you to this page. And I strongly recommend to star this page or print it out because we will be looking at this page at numerous times throughout that is okay. That throughout the campaign. This is all your modifiers up here. These will influence your D20 roll. This is your armor class right here. Oh yeah. Oh, it even has. Oh, I didn't know that. If you click on your armor class, it gives you a reason why you have it. So if I was the enemy and I wanted to attack you, and I rolled a d20, it would have to be your armor class. So if I rolled like a 16, you wouldn't get hit, and you wouldn't leave any like damage. So and initiative. Can you? Oh, that's cool. Huh, guys, I'm learning new things. So initiative, that's it controls the order of combat. So you have +4 initiative. So when I roll a d20, or I ask people to roll a d20 to prepare for combat, you will add this to your d20 score. Oh, cool. Oh, and I guess you can do others. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. This is all your skills. The ones that are highlighted are your proficiencies. Yeah, they're your proficiencies. But this is where you look if you have, if I ask, like, oh, hey, like, if you're, let's do sleight of hand. Like, if you are unlocking, trying to unlock a door, I'll be like, hey, I need you to roll a dexterity check, which is all the modifier. What is it? Modifier? Yeah. So you would go to your skills. Oh, hey, look, it's a dexterity throw. You come up here, it's a +4. You can also see right there, oopsie, right there that it's +4. And then you would add that to your d20. So I think that's it. You can obviously feel free to click around, especially now that I know that you can click on these stuff. That's really cool. Your hit points, I'm just gonna start, y'all need to make sure this is like at like 10 or 12. So we don't like die all of a sudden, and I really don't want to go into that whole death saving throw. As far as campaigns go, I believe we are all set. So yeah, feel free to email me if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them.